Hey, lovelies. Welcome to my meditation drawing on the transits at the moment. For those who follow astrology and human design, the sun is just about to leave gate 48. And it's actually taken me the full 5, 6 days to actually really get into this and to understand it, which is really funny because it's my unconscious sun. And obviously, we don't have conscious awareness to that, but sometimes you can get a flavor and a feel. And so, what I'm doing today is I'm going to do a meditation drawing that reflects a little bit around what I sense and what I feel around this energy. So, for anyone who hasn't done a meditation drawing before, grab a pen or a pencil, marker, any art materials you have, and a piece of paper. If you don't have a notebook like I have here, get an old magazine, newspaper, you can draw on that. Meditation drawing is not about drawing a nice picture or even something that looks like anything. Meditation drawing is slowing down, relaxing, tuning in, and then listening, getting deeper into your body, into your sense of self, so that you can tune into these energies that can sometimes be really subtle, but can have an influence and an impact on our day and our lives. Okay, so grab everything you need. This is really what I do as part of my own self-care program. So find the comfiest place in the house, get a blanket or cushion, whatever you need. Just really give yourself this 15 minutes or so to just calm down and to just tune in. Because the more, for me, the more we slow down and the more that we listen, we can pick up some of these subtleties, some of these things that we can tune into so that we can navigate our lives and respond from a different type of place. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. We'll start with a short meditation, and then I'll do an exercise with you. And it's like a guided drawing exercise. So just really follow my instruction, follow my lead, or if you want to just drift off and do your own thing, this is more like a doodling than a drawing. So it's really about tuning into energies. And the reason I do these meditation drawings, because in my self-care sessions that I do with people, I give them an opportunity to draw their chart or to reimagine particular gates or channels or how the energy actually flows within the body. So human design is packed full of information. And I spent the last 10 years gathering that information and understanding that information. But actually, it wasn't until I met my own creative process, met my own meditation drawing, which is a process that I've devised, that I can actually really embody these energies in a completely different way. So hopefully you'll find it useful and you get a flavor of my very unique and unusual approach to human design. Okay. So let's just kind of snuggle back into our chairs. Let's just really wriggle our sit bones so that we feel them on the seat. And let's just plant our feet on the ground. Okay. And just begin to pay attention to the breath. Just noticing the fact that you're breathing in and you're breathing out. And just surrendering for a moment to the fact that so much is happening in your body, in your internal world, that is automatic. You're not doing the breath. You're not doing the digestion of your meal. You're not doing the expansion and contraction of your lungs. These are all just automatic things that are happening. So let's just bask for a moment in how it's all working the way it is and allowing you to engage in this moment fully. So let's just return back to those feet. So just pressing the feet maybe gently on the floor, feeling sensations of the feet. Are they hot or cold, stiff, sore? How are your feet today? How much of work have they already done for you? Moving into your ankles, up to your knees, up to your thighs, and now really noticing those sit bones. Really feeling the weight of your whole body dropping in. Moving up the back, the small of the back, the shoulders, pressed gently or heavily into the seat, just really receiving the support of the chair today. We're about to enter a more receptive way of being. Just receive the air into your lungs, the seat as support, and draw up from the ground that energy and support. Maybe rising your shoulders softly a couple of times as you get to the shoulder area, moving down the arms into the hands. How are those hands today? Have they been busy doing their jobs? Are they feeling cool or warm? Going to the body, the belly. Is it rising and contracting with the breath? The chest doing the same thing. The top of the chest, the neck, the sides of the neck, the back, the neck. Moving up to the head, sides of the head, the face. Perhaps feeling the inhale through the nostrils or mouth and the exhale also. Moving to the tip of your head. So let's just take a full body breath together, the whole of our being. Breathing in, breathing out. And I want you to slowly, gently in your own time, just moving towards your drawing material. Today I've got just a crayon and oil pastel I'm going to be making marks with. I'm going to call this the crayon. And I want you to just put your crayon on the piece of paper. And what we're going to move into is a flow. So we're not going to let the crayon or pen or pencil leave the paper. But in this moment of stillness, I want you to listen. Can you hear anything? I've opened the door here so I can hear a bit of traffic moving by. So what I want you to do is I want you to start making a sound to represent the noise that you hear. And remember, this isn't about drawing anything. What you're doing here doesn't have to make sense. Perhaps you can hear the sound of birds in the background. Perhaps you can hear the hum of the refrigerator or the computer or phone. I'm just noticing the cars are passing by infrequently. So every now and then I hear a sound and I make a mark to reflect that. Remember, this doesn't have to make sense. This is about tuning into one of your key senses, your capacity to listen, your capacity to hear, not on an obvious level necessarily. I want you to begin listening to the less obvious things. Perhaps the only thing you can hear is the sound of your own breath. Perhaps all you can draw is the in-breath and the out-breath. This doesn't have to make sense. Just surrender to a sound, and even if you're getting distracted by your picture, just draw. Even look away or close your eyes. This doesn't matter what you're drawing here. What you're doing is you're connecting into your capacity. And we finally begin to deeply listen to what's happening around us. We get to be exposed to perhaps, yes, a sound that we didn't realize was there, but in that, an awareness, development of a relationship in something you didn't even really know existed. And I find this with the gate 48. To me, it's often called the well in human design, the depth of the well. But for me, over this recent transits, it's been beginning to realize that I have the capacity to have a different type of engagement with the world around me. I don't always have to be running past, doing, moving, efforting, trying. But there's something in the depth of the 48 that just allows me to have a different relationship with the world around me. But I have to pay conscious attention to this. I have to listen to this. I have to be engaged. And there's a certain level of activity on my behalf. Not a doing type of activity, but an active type of listening. A focused type of awareness that allows me to experience my current situation in a whole new way. Occasionally a bird comes and disrupts the sound. A few cars come one after the other. And then sometimes nothing for a while. And come back to this breath and listen, 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 listen. Is your breath something that you can tune into easily? Or are you happy to just let it work away in the background on its own? How are those sit bones? Are they still planted on your seat, receiving its support? How about those feet? Are they still planted on the ground? So in your own time, just thinking about a way of finishing this. Perhaps you'd like to stop flowing on the page, and there's a particular area of the image that is kind of calling your attention. Perhaps you'd like to fill this in. Perhaps you'd like to completely ignore it. Is there an area of the page you just haven't touched? You'd like now to go and spend some time there. And if you're really getting into this and don't want this to finish, just pause the video now and just continue to doodle in your own time and in your own way. My approach to human design, to life, and to self-care is to really consider how we can connect in a greater way to the people around us, to the places around us, to the things around us. And this often takes an attention and an awareness that isn't always mental. It's also so deeply physical. So in your own time, finishing up, putting your pen or pencil down and looking at your image, taking your image in, perhaps even coming up with a word. What do you see when you look at this image? It kind of drifted off into a field. Different crops growing, different heights, perhaps seeds that are about to be spread. So coming back to yourself, your body in space, perhaps stretching, moving, really enjoying this sensation. You feel different on one side of your body than the other, perhaps massaging the hands, really enjoying yourself. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful energy of the 48 with me. I've really appreciated it. If you like this, please like and subscribe. I have a meditation drawing circle that meets most weeks, Monday evenings, where we tune into the energies of the week. I also do human design sessions where we draw and meditate on aspects of your chart, so you can find your own unique frequency, your own unique way of delving into what is such a beautiful system. So thank you so much, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Take care.